guys, it's me again, Joel, and welcome to another video. For today, I am going to make a book review of Then She Was Gone by Jewell. This is an adult mystery crime published last 2017 under Arrow Books or Penguin Random House. In this book, we follow Laurel, a 55 years old woman who is separated from her husband and a mother of three, and we follow her as she tries to move on after what happened to her years ago when her youngest child, Ellie, disappeared out of nowhere. Nobody knows what happened to Ellie. She ran away, got abducted, or got murdered. Even the police don't have any idea what really happened to Ellie. So years after the disappearance of Ellie, Laurel still tries to move on. She don't have any closure yet of what happened to Ellie. So she just met one day this guy who is also single named Floyd. They are on the somewhere the same age, and then Floyd is also has his daughter. And then they try to date each other. And then when Floyd tries to introduce Laurel to his daughter named Poppy, Laurel found out that Poppy really has a lot of similarities and really looks like her missing daughter Ellie. In my review for this book, I'm going to tell you the pros and cons for me, and we'll start with the con. It's only a con because I only found one bad thing about this book and the rest are pros. So for the con of this book, it is because this is very predictable. That's the only thing that I find really bad about this one. It's predictable. So in my review, I'm just going to lay out the pros and cons of this book. So we'll start with the con and then we'll end up with the pros, so that we'll end up with a positive note. So for the con, it's only a con because I only seen one bad thing about this one, and that is this is very predictable. At the beginning, I already have a feeling of what really happened, or what happened to Ellie, what happened to Ellie and how this book will end. So it's kind of disappointing because as a reader, I know myself as a reader, I don't really like books that are very predictable, because I do think it really spoils me of really having that wow moment or big reveals. So it's kind of sad, and that's the only thing that I found bad about this one. But I will be making myself clear later once we go to the pros. So that's it for the cons. And for the pros, let's go to the pros. The first one is the writing style of Jewell was phenomenal. And for me, it was really easy to get into. It was simple, straight to the point. But there's some subtle poetic gestures from the author. So it's very creative and poetic, but simple and direct to the point, and that's what I really love. It makes the book has more substance. The second one is the direction. I do feel that, again, when I told you the con a while ago, it is very predictable, but I do feel that the author really intended it to be very predictable. Yes, a crime mystery novel where the author intended the book to be very predictable, and that's something new for me. And I guess why I can say that she intends it to be very predictable, because we have heard the premise is not new. We have seen this before. We've heard these things before. It's not that original. But what happened here in this book, Jewell just adapted an existing common and not original or existing premise, and make it, or elevated it and make it more of herself, so which I did not really expect. And the third one that I do love about this are the characters. Rather, the characters were made beautifully. They are full of personalities. They're flawed, but they also have these traits or personalities that we'll always remember for years, on weeks or months or days to come after reading the last book. The last thing that I like about this one is the twist, or the taste of contemporary. It's not purely crime or mystery. There's a contemporary into this one, and it was really unexpected. It made me really emotional, which is something new for me when reading a crime or mystery book. The depth of the story and the direction the author chose for the book to follow, it was for me perfect. It was a masterpiece. I really did enjoy reading this one. I flew through this. I read this for almost 2 days or less than a day. And by the way, I just found out after reading this one that this one was a finalist for Goodreads Best Crime or Mystery Thriller Novel for 2018, and sadly this did not win. So I hope it did won, and I haven't heard of this last year. I just heard of this year, and if I could have read this last year, I could have voted for this one for sure. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching the video, and see you again next time.